Anyway, we are but moments from getting the fourth round of the FA Youth Cup underway for Manchester United here at Old Trafford against Derby County, who are going to get us started.
9-0's an anomaly, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't happen a lot, does it? We are underway in this FA Youth Cup game between Manchester United and Derby County, a place in the fifth round at stake for the winner of this tie. Manchester United winning the ball high early. Shah looks to play this backwards, and it is cut out, knocked out of play by Derby County. Manchester United will take the throw-in. Halafu, looping ball back towards him. That is a clash of heads, I think, between Halafu and the winger. Referee is going to stop play, but not until the ball rolls out for a throw-in, and that looks just a little bit on the sore side, doesn't it, for Israel Green?
Yeah, it does. Just took a bit of a crack on the back of his head.
Yeah.
Won the header cleanly, Halafu.
Did well, actually, to win it cleanly. Being challenged for it, just gets up highest, and he's shaking one off the forehead as well. Throw-in is given to Derby, and it comes from the full-back, Asher Taylor. Comes all the way through to Mintus, who spins away from the challenge that comes towards him from McCormack. Bailey back into the side as well. He's tracking his man through midfield. The ball comes all the way back to Jaluk, the goalkeeper. Rolled out, right-hand side. Crawler and Cannaville helping out. Cannaville lifts it down the right-hand side, knocked out of play over on that far side by Griffiths. And just a little bit of a swap round early in this one, as what we thought was going to be Green off the right and Griffiths off the left is the other way around.
Yeah, other way around. There was a good... Oh, you've got a good picture now of how United are lining up. You just see Rafe McCormack there sitting in front of the back four. It's interchangeable, 4-1-4-1, 4-3-3.
Derby on the break here, though. Effort from the edge of the penalty area, always rising as it went over the crossbar. Never really troubled Cameron Byrne-Hughes.
No, Charlie Smith never really set himself. It broke to him and he had plenty of space, but he never really looked confident that he was ready to strike that ball.
And we know how big this competition is in Manchester United's long and illustrious history. How much would this group of under-18s like to write their name at the bottom of that long list of successes in this competition? The ball was allowed to bounce, and Bendito Mantato's looking to escape down the right-hand side. Lovely touch from Mantato. Gets himself to the edge of the penalty area. Keeps attacking, waits for reinforcements. Finds them in Halafu. Back to Mantato. Mantato turns and takes two more out with him. It's good football from Manchester United, and Shah, calm under pressure, recycles the ball. And credit to Derby Bent for getting themselves back and snuffing out that danger.
Yeah, Asher Taylor, the left back, he just misjudged the flight and the bounce of that ball, and as it came through to Mantato, he did well to get himself back to block any route towards the goal.
Bailey. Hobie. Oh, it's a strong challenge, isn't it? Referee not interested in giving the free kick. Meanwhile, Green away down the left-hand side, pulls it back to the edge of the penalty area where Harvey spins away. Mantato puts in the challenge, it squirts past him and into the control of Charlie Smith. Back now to Crawler.
I have to say, I thought that was a foul on Chido Obi.
Halafu just tucks in as Green unable to get on the end of that.
Oh,
that's a late one. Yeah,
it was quite high as well.
Yeah, Rafe McCormack is rolling around. He's going to get back to his feet. It's going to be a yellow card that's been shown early to Charlie Smith, and I think that's probably the right decision from the referee.
Well, I think it is. I mean, it's a very early yellow card, but I'm in the corner where it doesn't really matter what sort of time has elapsed in a game. If the challenge is deemed worthy, and that one was, I thought he was very high.
And late. And add those two things together. equals name in the notebook. Benito Mantato looks to head that down the line. It actually comes off his shoulder in the end and deflects out of play for a throw-in on this near side. Benito Mantato, for those that might not be aware, is having a bit of a season. Went away to Qatar with the under-17s with England for the World Cup, played in every game in that competition before England finally went out the quarter-final stages. Now back playing 18s and 21s football so far this season. There's a lot of these under-18s that have got a little bit of experience playing under-21s too. One of those is Dan Armour on the ball now. Lovely sliding challenge. Away it comes. Halafu with some grass to run into. Chido Obi lays this off, gets it back from Jarius Shah. Chido Obi into the penalty area, stretching for it, looping one in the penalty area. It's going to be collected by Mantato before being lifted away by Asher Taylor, but it's really good centre-forward play from Chido Obi.
Yeah, and it all starts with Rafe McCormack. And the way that Derby are setting up, they're making it quite difficult, but he got in between the lines and rolled one challenge and then set that going.
That's a good tackle from McCormack to find Chido Obi again, who's going to bend one goalwards and just couldn't quite wrap that left boot around it enough to tuck it inside the far post.
No, it's been a decent start from the centre-forward. The ball comes into him. He just manoeuvres it so that he's got that little half yard to be able to get a shot off.
McCormack has started brightly for Manchester United. He wins this again. Been with Manchester United since he was 8 years old, Rafe McCormack. Scored in the penultimate game Manchester United played before the Christmas break against Stoke City. He's had a good season too, 14 appearances, got himself a goal and signed scholarship forms in the last calendar year. Gabriel goes down under a firm challenge. The free kick is given United's way.
Well, McCormack is the sort of single pivot that they'll be looking to start the attacks through.
Ball in behind for Mantato to chase. It's good vision, good communication, just the ball forward that had a little too much weight on it from Halafu. Safely into the arms of Dialuk. Kakonki. Going to play this back to Cameron Byrne-Hughes. One of several in this Manchester United side that are from the Greater Manchester area. Ashton underline for Cameron Byrne-Hughes. Infield from Halafu. Can you name me another famous footballer from Ashton underline? Ben Thornley? Give you a clue, World Cup winner. Down the right-hand side for England.
No. I mean, I can name a couple of World Cup winners, but... no idea. Tony Dunn.
Forward.
Oh, never won the World Cup either, did he?
No. Great first guess.
Great shout.
Ball is down to the edge of the centre circle where Dan Armour finds James Bailey. We'll let that hang in the air for anybody that's watching that might know the answer. Infield to Halafu. Chido Obi. Infield to Gabriel. United moving this well. Bailey in a bit of space. Checks back, tries to give himself a little bit of room. Kakonki tries to take that with him in the penalty area, but stolen back by Derby.
Important challenge, wasn't it? Good underlapping run from Kakonki, well found by Bailey. You just expected him to just nip it past the Derby defender.
Chido-Obi fighting for this on the edge of the penalty area. Body's on the line.
I'm not so sure there was much in that either.
No.
I think he made the best of it because he realised that he didn't have anywhere to go, James Ward. The referee bought it.
Kevin Hearn is the referee this evening. Let's click forward again. Dan Armour just having a little bit of a wrestling match, but manages to get there. McCormack covering the ground in front of the back four again. Derby with Crawler across to Taylor. Taylor's pass forward is cut out by Albert Mills. Run back by Green. Benito Mantato, tackle from behind, and the referee spots it, gives the free kick.
Yeah, it was, I would say, probably clumsy more than anything cynical. You always feel as though a referee wants to, should we say, even it up.
So it turns out there were 3 World Cup winners for Ashton. One of them, Jimmy Armfield, was in the squad.
I thought it was a United connection.
No. One is Simone Pirotta, who won it with Italy in 2006. And the big one, Jeff Hurst from Ashton under Lyne. Has a statue outside Curzon Ashton, funnily enough.
I never knew that. I never knew that.
Thumped into the box, headed away. Good defensive work from Manchester United, and Kakonki eating up the ground to try and get some pressure on the cross. He's done very well too. Kakonki is going to try and start the counter-attack as well. Gabriel looks to try and get the early ball into the feet of Obi. He's intercepted. That's an arm round the shoulders of Rafe McCormack. Referee hasn't spotted that, or at least doesn't want to give it. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Jaluk.
No.
Yeah, we both looked at the referee, didn't we? And we thought, he's not going to give that, is he? And he did.
No, that one he definitely bought hook, line and sinker, because there was nothing in that at all.
And the assistant, who's maybe 10 or 15 yards closer, was motionless. And the referee thinks that that was a free kick. Bowled out to Dan Armour, Scotland Youth International. As I say, has played plenty of minutes this season, not just for the under-18s, just 4 games for the under-18s we've seen, but there's plenty for the under-21s too. Been a very busy centre-back, Dan Armour, this season. Bailey comes out to Halafu. Takes Green out by cutting infield. Bailey on the overlap. Armour. This is very typical of Manchester United's under-18s this season. They like to have the ball, they like to control possession, and they will squeeze and squeeze until they find a way through. Crawler heads it away. Halafu knocks it back forward. Crawler heads it away again. This time it's McCormack that gets on the end of it. Now Kakonki up for the header. Good aggression from Manchester United as they win possession back with Benedito Mantato.
Good close control from Mantato.
Armour to Mills. Infield to Mantato. Across to McCormack. And now Kakonki. First time to Gabriel. Gabriel, first chance to get himself in a positive position. He's going to swing the cross towards the back post too, just a bit too much on it. And it sails out the back of the penalty area.
Good bit of wing play though. First time we've really seen him with the ball at his feet, able to run at defenders. Gabriel A little jink and then back on the outside. And I tell you what, for somebody coming in at the back post, this is not a bad ball at all. It's a lovely little ball to the back post.
Taylor's throw. I was going to say that's definitely come off the head of Green. Not quite sure why it took as long as it did for throwing to be given United's way. Mintus trying to get somewhere close to Rafe McCormack, struggling to do so at the moment. What a bright start to the game.
He certainly has. Opening quarter of an hour, he's been on the ball. His positioning is really good. Wins his headers, wins his tackles, everything that you'd want from a midfielder that's just sitting in front of the back four, ready to get attacks going.
That is an off-the-feet challenge from Tom Marriott on the far side. Manchester United avoid the potential danger and managed to get it away, and that's a good run from Chido Obi. He's going to try and get a cross in near post. It was a cross-com shot. It hits the side netting.
I'm just wondering whether he actually meant to do that. I mean, you wouldn't advise it from that sort of a position, but maybe he's seen the goalkeeper just advancing away from his post and he thinks there's a bit of a gap. Maybe there wasn't that much of a gap, but
I think he's looked across the 6-yard box. I think he's trying to direct that across the 6-yard box to whoever was arriving at the back post. Maybe muscle memory kicked in and it drags it across into the side netting. Derby on the counter-attack. Ball probably needed to go in first time, and when it didn't, gave United the opportunity to get some numbers back behind the ball. Mills swings this away. Taylor comes back to Crawler. Taylor manages to get that pass away. Picks out Smith. Well, Gabriel's pressure has forced the error. Kokonki has picked this up on the left-hand side. Kokonki has hurdled the challenge as well. Going to try and get to the byline. It's a really good challenge from Ewan Griffiths out on the far side to dispossess the marauding fullback.
yeah, that's fair enough. We saw Kokonki doing the exact same thing to him earlier in the opposite corner flag, and Griffiths, to be fair, stuck to his guns, went with his full-back, as you would expect a winger stroke wide midfield player to do. If your full-back goes past you, you need to match his run. And he'll do a lot of that, Kokonki, as well.
He's got a real engine on him, Godwill Kokonki. He stayed high here. Try and give Manchester United a little bit of width out on the far side. Burn Hughes out to Armour. Into the feet of Kokonki. Kokonki's going to try and find Chido Obi, who has just gone a little bit too early. Flag goes up right in line with us.
Yeah, correct decision. Just half a yard.
Well, Chido Obi, who has not made a start in under-18s colours this season, certainly in the league and the FA Youth Cup, does play tonight. Certainly knows where the back of the net is. That's well done from McCormack again. Closing the space down. Bailey feeds this through to Gabriel. Gabriel checks back onto his one foot, then the other, gets the shot away. Big save that is from Jaluk, gets down sharply to his left-hand side, but lovely control from Gabriel, dancing in the penalty area, forces the stop.
Well, he's got them backing off, hasn't he, Gabriel, with his really, really quick feet. And you wouldn't mind, but he's pretty much done the same thing in the same position. Comes inside, and then he goes back, checks, and it is a really good save. Oh, and agonising as well, away from Mantato.
Brilliant from Chido Obi, working really hard on the edge of the penalty area. Keeps the pressure on the ball as well and wins the throw-in. Excellent from the Manchester United forward. Working very hard, Chido Obi. Lafu comes back to Mills, onto Armour. Got a bit of a switch around for Manchester United here. The front 4 or 5 have all switched up, so now we've got Mantato out wide on the left-hand side. James Bailey attacking off the right, and he has nicked away from him. Shah making a move into some space in front of Albert Mills, but he comes back to Dan Armour. Bern Hughes receives this back from Armour. Does well to get his feet sorted out, and Dan Armour does well to get away from the incoming challenge. Manchester United have played themselves out of trouble.
Excellent, really was, especially from Bern Hughes.
A bit wild from Marley Mintus, but the referee is going to allow advantage, and then the challenge comes in from Taylor. The referee says the advantage was over, and therefore no free kick for either.
Yeah, I agree. The first one was a free kick, the second one wasn't.
Shah. Halafu. Finds a bit of space, gets that through to Benito Mantato. Lovely feet from Mantato to get himself away from the first challenge. Now looking to try and find some space to get the cross away. Down the line to McCormack. Armour. Kokonki. Gabriel. Lovely body swerve to get himself away. And just gets caught while he's on the run, but continues to retain his balance. Mantato tries to escape down the right. It's knocked out of play by the Manchester United winger. Derby throw.
Well, he's been positive, Mantato. You know, for every time that he runs at Asher Taylor, he will get some joy, either on his own or to create for a teammate. Just keep being positive.
United are doing a very good job, aren't they, of covering the spaces. They've defended really well, and they've applied pressure at the opposite end of the field. Darren Fletcher will be pleased with the way the opening 20 minutes has gone.
Yeah, they've been really good. They have been really good. And the heartbeat at the moment is Rafe McCormack, that position that he's taken up there. Position-wise, he's been excellent, both offensively and defensively.
Lafu, Mantato. There's Shah in front of him, cuts infield instead, across to Chido Obi. Obi tries to reverse that pass into the penalty area, wins it back for Mantato. Now Chido Obi gets the shot in. It's another great save from Jaluk. How has he got a toe to that? Unbelievable from the Derby keeper.
Yeah, we've got a great view of that from where we are, and it just looked as it left Chido Obi's boot that it was going to nestle in that bottom far corner. And the goalkeeper with an outstretched right leg makes a really good save, Juzak.
Corner, header, over the bar. It was an opportunity. Rafe McCormack got on the end of it. Oh, sorry, Albert Mills. Just unable to guide that header on target. Chido Obi will be wondering what on earth he's got to do to try and get one past the goalkeeper at the minute.
Yeah.
Two good saves from him, one from Gabriel, and that one from Obi.
And I'll make an apology to him. Jaluk, I mispronounced his name. I don't like doing that. Spur of the moment, and not the easiest. I won't get it wrong again.
Of Polish origin, Jaluk? The name and the player, funnily enough. Wrestling manoeuvre from Dan Armour is a free kick, but nothing more.
I'm hoping that James Ward wasn't wanting anything more than what he was awarded.
When he's got his arms around the neck of Dan Armour, the referee sees it as a racing incident. Probably gets it just about right, actually. Mr. Hearn. Mills. Good crowd on, actually, in the It's a Bobby Charlton stand. It's a lovely ball down the right-hand side for Mantato to chase as well, and he's quick over the turf, is Bendito Mantato. He's done really well to keep hold of possession. There were no other passes on other than to come back to Halafu.
No.
Really bright football.
And you can say that the forward three.
Well, that's a clever pass in between the lines to Mantato's left-footed shot. He's blocked by Cruller. Just launched himself at that. Needed to as well, because I have a funny feeling it was goal-bound. Kakonki still going here, Godfrey Kakonki. And then the challenge between Chido-Obi and, I think it was Remy Harvey, was it?
No, I think it was the follow-through from Kakonki, if I'm honest. I think he just caught him as he was trying to bulldoze his way through.
Or is it Ewan Griffiths? It is Ewan Griffiths out on that far side. Is that not just a case of a slightly bigger player running into a slightly smaller player?
Yeah.
Looked a little bit worse than it was because of the size difference. Long ball forward from Derby, bounces once and safely into the hands of Burn Hughes. Going to need a little more guile than that, Derby County, if they're going to try and break Manchester United down.
But the problem is for Derby is that they can't get the ball in areas where they can try and produce passes that will be able to open United up. They've just dominated possession completely.
And Fletcher just trying to guide his side. That switch has been on almost all evening, just looking at Gabriel out on that far side with nobody inside 15 yards of him. It's almost like they're keeping their powder dry with it, not wanting to go to it too soon. McCormack through the middle to Mantato, just trying to cushion it, I think, to Chido-Obi. Can't get on the end of it.
No, they're going to have to be careful though, Derby, even though they have now, even at this early stage, they've reverted into a 4-5-1, which is what you said they played. Oh,
that's given away. Halafu goes in, makes the challenge, and then cleared off Halafu. Now to play for a Derby County throw.
And the fact that they're not putting any pressure on the ball means that United have got time to pick their passes, and they've got any one of a number. I was just about to mention earlier that Gabriel, Mantato and Chido-Obi have all started this game really strongly. And it's, you only feel as though it's a matter of time before the right pass is given to one of them.
Mantato intercepts with the header. Mills back to Armour. Just waits Dan Armour, trying to spot whether there's going to be a gap that appears, but ball out to the right-hand side is quickly distributed. Halafu. Shah. One of a couple of players in this Manchester United squad today that born in Australia. The other one is James Overy on the bench, and we know about James Overy, who was taken away on international duty with the Wallabies. That's a good ball. Keeper alive and aware to it, dives on top of it.
Yeah, you have to say that he's had a strong start to the game for Derby County. It was important he gathered that up with Mantato coming in at the back post. It was hit with plenty of power.
Bailey's just trying to find that corridor of uncertainty.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Keeper is quickly onto it. Cristiano Jaluk. United, look, 1, 2, 3, 4 left high. Not making it easy for Derby to play out, and that's why Jaluk has pushed everybody upfield. United going to try and win the second ball here as it's brought down really well by Green. It's a lovely touch from
It was.
Israel Green.
Yeah, it was.
But unable to do anything else with it. Mantato looks like he's pulled to the ground, but the referee thinks otherwise. I thought there was an arm over the shoulder from Taylor. The referee disagrees.
I thought he was tripped, actually.
Yeah. Taylor. Back to Crolla. Forward again. United again turn the ball over. That's a little bit on the late side too. Yeah, the referee has spotted that one and gives the free kick for the foul on Jarius Sharp.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, doesn't get the ball, doesn't attempt to play for the ball. And that free kick is a good decision. It's good football from Cameron Byrne-Hughes and Albert Mills. Halafu forward, looking for Mantato. Mantato's reeled that in brilliantly. Now needs somebody to aim at in the penalty area. Picks out Obi. Obi takes a step, smashes the shot in. Brilliant block again from Luca Crolla. Chance again for Obi. Goalkeeper is equal to that one.
Well, he's had some really good strikes, and again, look at Mantato. And once he cuts across Asher Taylor the way that he did, there's nothing he can do. Otherwise, he's at risk of giving a penalty away. And it's a really good block the first time round, and a solid save from the keeper again. But Chido Obi, you wonder how long it's going to be before he does smash one into the back of the net.
I make that 2 excellent blocks from Luca Crolla.
Yeah, it was.
And 3 or 4 really smart saves from Jaluk.
I mean, he's already had more shots in, what, just over half an hour than in some games he might get in the full 90. But that just shows how dominant United have been and how well they've been sort of economical in the final third.
That's well worked into the feet of Kokonki. Chance here, maybe. Brought down by Shah. Shah gets it across to Obi. Obi takes a step, looks to finish again. Again, it's blocked. Again, the keeper manages to get behind it and pick it up.
Well, United are now starting to find the gaps. It's a really good first-time ball into Shah. And he probably felt as though Chido Obi was in a better position. Maybe he probably would have been better striking it first time, but they were completely opened up then, Derby. Maybe it was too difficult for him to hit first time on seeing the replay. But they certainly need to think of a different strategy, Derby County, because United are at the moment completely outplaying them.
Derby with a rare foray forward. Green looks to get this out to the right-hand side and Marriott. Helped on by Harvey. Mintus steps away from a couple of challenges, but Bailey is tracking him. And to the left and Green. Green steps inside. That's a lovely interception from Shah. And well won back by Halafu. That's just a little wild from Marley Mintus. Benito Mantato manages to hold his ground.
Well, he had a 2-for-1 there, didn't he? A little swing around the neck of Il Halafu and then straight into the back of Benito Mantato.
Kokonki. kicked out again to Mantato. United, once they're in possession, they find it so easy to knock the ball around, but also to find these gaps, and Chido Obi's into the penalty area again, this time wins the corner.
Yeah, they're struggling to cope with his physicality. He's coming to show on the edge of the box, and they just can't deal with him at the moment, Derby County.
So, corner for Manchester United. Bailey will deliver. Good connection, chance of a header, oh, it's just wide. Agonisingly close for Manchester United. And Chido Obi must be wondering whether he walked under a ladder on the way here, Ben.
Well, it's a really good ball, fizzed in.
Is it Crawler again?
Yeah.
Another corner. This time headed away. It's going to be another Manchester United corner.
He has been the... Oh, the goalkeeper's down injured. Has the referee seen that? Yeah, he has now.
It'll take
obviously
a minute for that to be sorted out.
What I will say is, and again, probably a little bit old school, the benefits of having people on the posts.
Yeah, it's done the job there, hasn't it, with Luca Crawler?
It's unusual for it to be a centre-back, I have to say, but he was in the right position there to keep the 0-0 scoreline intact, as he has been on a few occasions where Chido Obi's been concerned.
Well, just looked in a little bit of discomfort there. I know that we sometimes see goalkeepers go down and it gives everybody an opportunity to get some fluids on board or for some instructions to come onto the field. Hope that's the case here with Jalop. He's just had to try and get on the end of something from Chido Obi, who's watching on from inside the 18-yard box. This is how close he came, and again it's Crawler off the line. And double fist pump from Luca Crawler. He has been in the way far too often in terms of the way Manchester United will be looking at it, Ben.
Yeah, he did everything right as well. It's a really good ball in, climbs early, nods it back to where the ball's just come from, and Crawler is there. His nemesis.
Yeah, Darren Fletcher's just having a little word with Chido Obi, and I'm hoping that that little word is, you've just got to keep doing what you've been doing. Who else can we spot in there? Is that Darren Gibson, sat over the right shoulder of Johnny Evans?
Yeah, it is, Darren Gibson.
Wayne Rooney. Alex Bruce is there. Michael Carrick, of course. Travis Binion and Craig Mawson just in front of them. Goalkeeping coach and under-21s league coach in the backroom staff for the first team as well. Here is the corner from Manchester United. Again, players lurking, curled in. Really good opportunity again, and again it comes off a Derby County player as they smuggle it behind once more.
Really, really good balls into the box, these in-swingers. First one was Bailey, who's about to have another go.
Gabriel on the far side.
Second one, Gabriel, yeah.
Goodness me. Referee just sorting some bits and pieces out inside the penalty area. Bailey is going to now deliver left-footed. It's another brilliant one into the penalty area, punched away by the goalkeeper. Headed away by Derby. Tell you what, they've got some numbers forward here. That's well done from Mantato, but United are going to have to try and get back to this as breaking away comes Harvey. Harvey in the penalty area. Referee's going to have a look at this and says corner. Well, there was a little bit of concern that Cameron Byrne-Hughes may have made the connection inside the penalty area. The referee took a moment before making the decision and said corner Derby.
Yeah, this was probably the most dangerous break.
He's won the ball brilliantly.
Yeah, well, that was my worry, because I thought he caught him, but he made the decision, he committed himself, and he timed it perfectly.
That is some challenge from Cameron Byrne-Hughes. Very, very impressive. Meanwhile, we've got Chido Obi down inside the Derby County half. Don't know whether he's had his boot removed or what, but he's reapplying sock and boot. Shin pad lying on the turf, so we are going to have to wait for that to be dealt with. Now, to be fair to him, that's a horrible job if your feet are wet. Yeah, not a job that I would want to do whilst your feet are wet, trying to pull socks over damp feet.
And it has been raining here since kickoff.
Still the rain is coming down in fine mist over Old Trafford. Derby County are going to have the corner once we get the game back underway. What a moment that was, by the way, from Cameron Burton-Hughes, because that is some tackle on the corner of the penalty area. Well, we've been playing 40 minutes, and I would almost guarantee that Darren Fletcher is wondering how his side aren't in front. Let's just take another look at this tackle. He just about gets something on it to take it away from Remy Harvey.
Well, I think he realised that if he hadn't have got something on it and Harvey had gone past him, he would have had an open goal despite the retreating defenders trying to get back on the line. Which is why it was so crucial that he did get something on it, and he did. It was wonderfully timed.
Chido Obi is back to his feet. We'll have to now leave the field with the Manchester United physios just to make sure he's okay. Tests out whatever the problem was with a little jog over towards the touchline. And he's been brilliant in the opening half. Chido Obi on another day could have 3.
Completely agree. Yeah, the game could have been out of sight, and it would have been his doing by himself with the opportunities that he's had.
Only for some heroic goalkeeping and defending.
Yeah.
Left wing corner for Derby then. In at the near post, stabbed away by Kokonki. Another opportunity for delivery, stood up towards the back post, headed back across goal, is cleared away by Shah. Taylor's had a go from distance, it was speculative at best. Bailey looks to get that away to Gabriel. Shah again makes the challenge. A couple of strong ones have gone in there, and eventually the referee is going to give the free kick United's way for the foul on Bailey.
Yeah, as it fell to Taylor on the edge of the box, I'm not so sure he would have wanted it to have fallen to his right foot. He just spun up in the air.
Two and a half minutes to go, plus stoppages, until we get to the half-time interval. We will give you a full rundown of the chances that have happened in this first half. Also hear a little bit from Manchester United's Ella Toon from the Inside Carrington podcast from this week, as Bendito Mantato looks to enter the penalty area again. Chops back, finds himself some space, dinks across into the penalty area. Kokonki's right-footed effort, loops up towards... Oh, it's loose! Chance for Chido Obi! And somehow the goalkeeper gets to it again.
Well, wonderful wing play from Mantato. Doing exactly as Gabriel did earlier, going inside, and then a lovely little feint to check back. Sends the defender the wrong way completely. And unfortunately for Kokonki, he couldn't.
Spilled by the keeper.
Yeah, he just, it's a shame because he had the space, didn't he? And that was very uncharacteristic from what we've seen of Jaluk in this first half.
Ball out to the left-hand side then as Taylor takes over. Given away again, chance for Obi in the penalty area once more, this time closed down by Cannaville, the captain. Brought away by Gabriel. Gabriel with a spin away from his marker. Lovely footwork from Gabriel, goes between a couple and then just gets blocked off it. The referee gives the free kick to Derby because Gabriel has fallen into the legs of his defender.
It took 2 of them to stop him though. Yeah.
Taking their time here, Derby, aren't they? They know they're under the cosh.
Well, they're also taking 10 yards from where the incident took place as well.
Referee has spotted that, as has Ben Thornley, old eagle eyes next to me. Thumped away by Jaluk. Gabriel looking to get on the end of that. Bailey's going to come away with it. Bailey is pulled back. That's a free kick, and how many times are we going to see that from Derby over the course of this game? We're going to have 4 minutes of time added on at the end of the first half. But wouldn't it be brilliant if Manchester United could take the lead at this juncture? It would be nothing less than they deserved for what has been otherwise an excellent 45 minutes. That's a lovely ball through to Jarius Shah. Shah's going to get the ball across the penalty area. Chidowobi gives the thumbs up because he knows that that's a very good ball. Right in the area that he would have wanted it, just got blocked off by the defender.
Yeah, you could see it was really good ball to find him as well. And he just looked up Shah, and he thought that that was the run that Chidowobi was going to make.
Halafu gets it back from Mantato. Through the lines again, Shah finds himself some space, finds Gabriel. Gabriel's efforts blocked away, and that's another block to add to the list that Derby County have come up with over the course of the first 45 minutes.
They've worked some really good openings, and you have to give Derby credit, the defenders and the goalkeeper, for the score still being 0-0.
I'm not sure they can keep it up for 90 minutes.
No. I just have to have a chuckle to myself when you call me eagle-eyed, and if you see me reading a text message, I'm more like Mr. Magoo.
It's very true. The amount of times that I'll try and show Ben something that I've got written down, and we spend 5 minutes wondering where his glasses have gone. Normally in his pocket, you just can't see him. Gabriel out to the left-hand side to find Chidowobi. Obi being jockeyed by Griffiths, cuts in field, picks out McCormack. McCormack looks to force that through. Gabriel makes a lovely interception, still going here, finds Obi. Obi needs to find some space to get the shot. Cross away, forces another stop from the goalkeeper, Cristiano Jaluk.
Well, you sort of can't believe, can you, that it is still 0-0. I mean, that's a brilliant challenge. I mean, you do not often see forwards going into challenges like that, but really brave from Gabriel, and another good save from Jaluk.
Gabriel back to Halafu. Halafu's got Mantato outside him, but sees it open up in front of him. Still going here, Halafu bouncing around in the penalty area, cleared away. Free kick has been given. I think that might have caught a hand on the way through.
Well, I don't think there's much that Darren Fletcher will be able to say other than, keep doing what you're doing. They have completely dominated. Possession's been really good, the passing, the movement. I mean, even the finishing hasn't been bad. It's just taken, a little bit of heroic defending and goalkeeping at times from Derby County to keep them in with a shout. And while it's 0-0, they're gonna have.
Ball is out of play. It's hoisted forward by Halafu. Obi again lurking on that forward line, trying to make an impact. Crolla. Finds Taylor. Stopped by Halafu. Taylor infield to Harvey. Harvey turning away, plays it all the way back to Cannaville. Downfield, out of play, and that will be pretty much it. We've got 10 seconds of the 4 minutes added on left to go. And somehow Manchester United aren't ahead in this game, despite countless opportunities. Half-time whistle goes and Manchester United will wonder how on earth they're not ahead. Brilliant from several Manchester United players, including Gabriel coming in off the left-hand side, but specifically Chidowobi, who has been imperious inside the penalty area, only for several blocks from Cannaville, Crolla, and several saves from Cristiano Jaluk to deny him. Manchester United with plenty of players that will be going down the tunnel at the break thinking, how on earth are we not in front? At the break in the FA Youth Cup, it's Manchester United 0, Derby County 0. Right, OK, Darren Fletcher back in the technical area. Manchester United have all 11 players back on the field, so too Derby County. Officials are here as well. Ben Thornley's alongside me. It means that we can get the game back underway, as the referee just checks with his officials that we are good to go. Mr. Hearn taking his time before blowing his whistle. And we are underway in the second half of the FA Youth Cup, fourth round between Manchester United and Derby County, which is goalless after the first 45 minutes. But I'm not sure anybody inside Old Trafford knows how it is still goalless after 45 minutes. Manchester United dominant in the opening period. Ball looks to be worked in behind. Crawler lifts it away, out for a throw-in on the far side. I would imagine the instructions will have been more of the same, Ben, from Michael Carrick, but United you'd be tempted, wouldn't you, to try and turn the intensity up again?
From Darren Fletcher, you mean?
Yeah, Darren Fletcher. What did I say? Michael Carrick.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at him coming back to his seat down here. I've got confused.
I will answer you.
Yeah,
I was just waiting for the... yeah.
We were both watching that potentially unfold.
Yeah. Listen, I think it was evident in that first half how Derby struggled to contain certainly the wide players and Chido Obi, their trickery and his physicality, the positioning of McCormack setting attacks going, the runs of Bailey and Shah, all those things culminated in the way that United just completely dominated. And you would struggle to see from the first half how Derby, should United score, could change anything to be able to get themselves back into it. But at 0-0, obviously anything can happen. Certainly
the case. That's a lovely turn. Look for a second one from Bendito Mantato, but stolen away from him. And that ball through, should be an offside flag going up here, but it stayed down, and then a good stop goes in from Cameron Byrne-Hughes, diving at the feet of the defender again, goes behind for a corner.
Well, because obviously there's no VAR, I actually think that it was very, very tight, and that they gave James Ward the benefit of the doubt. Now it's another really good challenge from and good decision from Byrne-Hughes. But that's exactly what we'd just come off the back of talking about, that at 0-0 it only needs something like that and you fall behind.
Bendito Mantato has pushed up to the halfway line. He's dragged two Derby players with him. So Manchester United looking to defend the corner. Taken short into Smith. Smith gives it back, whipped in, punched away. Oh. Gabriel steals this back on the edge of the box, and then United try and get that out to Obi. Headed away by McCormack. Picked up by Green. Back down the line to Taylor. Back to Green. Israel Green. Still running with the ball at his feet. Looks to lift one into the box. It's taken a deflection off Halafu and how to play for another corner.
Yeah, I think they've doubled the number of corners in the opening 3 minutes that they got in the first half. I can't remember how many. I think they only got one to United 6, if my memory serves me right. My memory's sort of going like my eyes a little bit, so don't quote me on that.
I mean, this is technically they've trebled it. This is the second corner of this half. That makes 3 in total, so they've gone from 1 to 3. Whipped in, straight into the arms of Cameron Byrne-Hughes.
Yeah, didn't start enough outside the far post, and he's fouled in the process.
United will have the free kick to get things restarted. Well, it's Derby that have exited the traps a little quicker at the beginning of the second half. Armour gives it back to Byrne-Hughes. Back to Armour. Drills the left-footed pass forward, but misses its intended target. Fought for and won back by McCormack, who has been a bit of a safety blanket in front of the back four for Manchester United over the course of the game. Was brilliant in the opening half an hour and then just went a little bit quiet because he had nothing to do. Bailey does really well. Good and strong from James Bailey. Looks like he's fouled, but steps back up and wins this again, and McCormack takes it away. He goes down under the challenge from Remy Harvey, who's furious at the decision, but he has booted Rafe McCormack up in the air, so hard to argue it, really.
No. Really good battling. Kokonki loses out, which doesn't happen very often, to Ewan Griffiths, but the teamwork that these lads have obviously got, and James Bailey's right behind to help him out.
Armour to Albert Mills. Goes long, Crawler gets underneath it and fires one back in the opposite direction. Way too much on that to really cause Manchester United a problem. Burn Hughes collects and rolls it out to Armour. Dan Armour is the centre-back that gets the whole thing going, isn't he? It's always the first port of call to bring the ball out from the back. Kokonki turns, charges down the left-hand side, good and strong from Godwill Kokonki. The referee is going to give that one against Charlie Smith.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Managed to get away from the shackles of Ewan Griffiths, but Charlie Smith comes across and there was a little bit of a pull. And if Godwill Kokonki pulls you, you stay pulled.
Pulled down by Griffiths. He is a good head and shoulders taller than both Griffiths and Asher Taylor on this near side.
They've swapped sides.
They have.
I've literally just realised that, mainly because Derby have spent quite a bit of time in the United half in the opening 5 or 6 minutes. But yeah, Taylor and Marriott have switched sides.
Stabbed forward by Bailey to Obi. Across to Shah, tries to help it on first time out to Mantato. Can't get there. The referee's going to give the free kick for that tangle as James Bailey looks to win that against Israel Green. United have just turned up the pressure in the last couple of minutes after a bright start to the second half from Derby. Stabbed through, Kokonki steps in. Referee is going to give the free kick for the tackle from Godwill Kokonki. He's just struggling a little bit as well. I mean, the referee's already got the yellow card out of his pocket.
I thought he might.
He's going to give this to Kokonki, who was just stretching to reach it.
I hope he's okay. But I think in line with... Yeah, he was a little bit late. I think that's... Yeah, it's understandable. I could see why. And he was stopping an attack as well, wasn't he, in a dangerous area of the field.
It's not as high as the one from Charlie Smith in the first half, but he has caught the man and he has broken down the attack, so you can understand why that gets given. Communication on the Manchester United substitutes bench. There are some game changers on there. Alan Fletcher sitting alongside Colin Little. Some experience in those two seats too. He's just struggling a little here, isn't he, as we have a look at the Manchester United coaching staff in the director's box. Michael Carrick, Craig Mawson, Travis Binion, Jonathan Woodgate, Steve Holland. Johnny Evans is in there somewhere as well, saw him a little bit earlier on. Wayne Rooney hiding in there too. Watching on. Stephen Torpey was in there alongside Jason Wilcox. Stephen Torpey, the Academy Director. His episode of Inside Carrington available for you to listen to from wherever you get your podcast from and to watch on the Manchester United YouTube channel as well. While you're there, hit the subscribe button and click the bell. Taken a little bit longer to sort out this than I was anticipating, Ben. The longer it takes, the more you're concerned for Kokonki. He's back to his feet, and his present for managing to get himself back to his feet is the immediate yellow card.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're standing up. Now you're booked. Can you not book a player when they're down injured?
Well, I think he probably would have been better brandishing his card straight away, rather than waiting for the poor lad to get up and then sort of adding insult to injury by booking him. Anyway, as long as he's okay, that's the main thing.
He is back onto the field, and he sprints back onto the field too. Derby down the left with Green. Good challenge from Mantato. Benito Mantato, who's played in several positions over his career through the Manchester United Academy and with England. Played on both the left and the right in both attacking and defensive positions. Chido Obi is dispossessed. That's a good challenge from a marauding James Bailey. Shot out of a cannon, James Bailey there through midfield.
Well, both him and Shah in the first half made some really, really good runs in between the centre-backs and the full-backs. Both sides of the field. Really struggled to contain them.
It is almost like a 4-1-2-3 for Manchester United, isn't it?
Yes.
You said that earlier, didn't you? And I wasn't
No,
listening.
no, not at all. No, Liam. It can develop into anything, the way the game goes. But I always felt as though with McCormack being that single pivot, then it just allowed Sharon and James Bailey to be in front of him and to start orchestrating things in the 10 positions.
Well, you said my name 3 times. I thought you were about to impart some wisdom. Ball is with Derby County. They're in a really good place. That's an effort from Ewan Griffiths that is dragged wide, never really troubling Cameron Byrne-Hughes. But that's where Ben Thornley's point from earlier starts to make a bit of sense. You've got to be a little bit careful at 0-0 because it only takes one breakaway to find yourself behind.
Yeah, and to be fair to Derby in this second half, that they have been a little bit more adventurous. You know, they've had a couple of corners, they've had that shot there, they've had obviously the one-on-one when Cameron Byrne-Hughes came out and made another good challenge. So there's just that, you know, that little nagging doubt that this is far from over and done with, and certainly not at 0-0, but it doesn't necessarily mean United are going to score at some stage.
It's a good turn and run this from Derby, again in a really positive position with Marley Mintus. Checks back onto his left foot, picks out the pass to Harvey. Harvey comes across to Griffiths. Griffiths up against Kokonki, looks to slide that between the legs of Godwill Kokonki, unable to do that, and then is dispossessed by Gabriel, who is then wiped out by Griffiths, and the free kick is for Manchester United. Back and helping out defensively though, Gabriel. Position that he needed to be in.
Yeah, listen, United didn't need to change anything that they were doing. Derby obviously did, and in these opening few minutes, they've obviously made a few inroads into that. We still can't believe how United are not in front, obviously.
Yeah, and there's been nothing really to challenge Cameron Byrne-Hughes. But they are brighter in this second half. That's brilliant
that's
from
booking.
Halafu, and that is a big tug of the shirt. And Marriott is a lucky boy, because I'm not sure how he hasn't been booked.
Well,
odd.
I always say I don't like people being booked. I don't want people to be booked. Ooh, that was close. Great bit of skill. But when it's so obvious, like you know, that what Marriott just did, I don't understand how referees are not applying the letter of the law.
Darren Fletcher is asking exactly that question of the referee, Coven Hearn, when he said, why isn't it a booking? Well, the referee doesn't want to engage, and then Darren Fletcher saying, well, surely that means that we can all pull players back as we're going along now.
Is it because he wasn't in his own half?
Well, that's a ball through. The offside flag has stayed down here, and all of a sudden Ward's into the penalty area. That's a good stop. Again, that had hints of offside about it, but the referee's assistant on this near side purposely keeping the flag down.
Yeah, and it was right in front of him as well. And I wasn't too sure about the first one. I was a little bit more certain with that he probably had just strayed. But again, you're talking about human error here and not something that you can watch 10, 15, 20 times to get the right result.
Albert Mills down the line to Halafu as Manchester United look to try and find the foothold in this second half that they had in the first, as they shoot towards the Stretford end in the FA Youth Cup 4th round. Back to Halafu. Mills across the armour. Kokonki retreats to receive this. Gabriel outside him. Slid through the lines brilliantly by Kokonki. Now Bailey. Bailey up to the corner of the penalty area. Finds Gabriel. Just has to wriggle away from a couple of challenges. Gets the pass away too. Well done from Gabriel.
It's that run again though from Bailey, isn't it? That inside left channel, really well found by Kokonki.
Wide right now for Manchester United, and Bendito Mantato. It's around the outside, dinks the cross into the middle. And that is a high boot from Jarier Shah, and the referee is going to give the yellow card to the Manchester United midfielder.
Good burst of pace from Mantato to get past Israel Green. Yes, I don't think we can...
Too much of an argument there, is there?
No, fair enough.
Just wait for this free kick to be taken. Through the middle. Well, one back by Shah. Steps in again, but just needs to be a little bit careful stretching for those so quickly after getting the yellow card. Griffiths up against Kokonki. Kokonki stands his ground. The referee says that is a free kick. As Griffiths goes over, it is right on the edge of the 18-yard box.
Yeah, he just dangles a leg, doesn't he? There's no way that that's inside the box. He's well outside. Not well outside, but enough outside for it not to be a debate. Well, as a defender, when you do that, you have to make sure that you are going to get the ball. Otherwise, you're going to bring a man.
Just ever so slightly on his heels, isn't he, Godwin
Yeah.
Kokonki? Very front-footed player. As he gets caught on his heels, then he just becomes a little bit less capable of winning the ball back. So it's a dangerous position for a free kick for Derby County. Manchester United dominated the game in the first 45, but Derby causing a couple more problems in this second period. Whipped in, straight at Cameron Byrne-Hughes.
It was probably just a little bit too straight for anybody to be coming across the ball to get any sort of a touch on it from Charlie Smith. You could see what he was trying. The angle always favoured the goalkeeper.
We are entering substitution window. Derby preparing one. Manchester United also look like they're preparing changes. Mills across to Kokonki. Infield it comes to McCormack. Across to Mills. Down the line to Bendito Mantato. Mantato in a good position here, and he's going to attack round the outside again. Gets to the byline, looks to get the cross in, loops up in the air, is headed clear. Oh, and back by McCormack, though, in a really good position again. Pulled back to Halafu. Chance maybe for Bailey from distance. Oh, it's brilliant from James Bailey, and it's only just over the top, helped across by the goalkeeper again.
Wow. I mean, Derby County have had a lot to thank their goalkeeper for in the first half, and they have again here. And Bailey has let fly from fully, well, nearly 30 yards, you would say.
I'm not sure it is the goalkeeper, you know. Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is.
What a save.
No, it is a really good save. Really good save.
Two changes coming here, and they look like they're coming before the corner. So the first change is going to be Jarius Shah for Manchester United, who leaves the field and is going to be replaced by Nathaniel Junior Brown. The change for Derby is going to have to wait until after the corner. Here is the ball into the box, met at the back post by Gabriel, and he tried to side-foot it into the top corner, and he just drills it into the ground and away.
Substitution for Derby County, replacing number 10, Marley Mintus, is number 12, Dantel Hodges.
Marley Mintus makes way and is replaced by Dantel Hodges. So one change apiece. Fresh legs all over the place for these two sides required as we go into the closing stages. The first set of fresh legs each now onto the field.
Probably not being able to exert the same sort of influence that he does in games for Derby County, Marley Mintus. And I think the United substitution with Shah, probably in Darren Fletcher's mind, the yellow card maybe, because he had a really good first half, as they all did.
I think you're probably right. That's a good tackle from Mantato. Manchester United will win the throw-in as it's played against Asher Taylor. $2,223 by the looks of it inside Old Trafford this evening. That's a good turnout for an FA Youth Cup game. Cleared away, but only as far as Griffiths now. Swings the cross in, dangerous one, and the header from James Ward. He was stretching for it, just couldn't arc the neck enough to make a solid enough contact to get it on target.
Yeah, just didn't get quite close enough, Kokonki, to be able to stop the cross, but still from there, it was quite a dangerous ball from Ewan Griffiths.
Well, the press from Derby has been the difference in this second period. Just trying to keep these Manchester United defenders a little bit quicker on their toes. United have got plenty committed forward. If they can find the next pass, it's just a little bit loose from United. You think there was a free kick in there, Ben?
I didn't think it was a free kick. I was just waiting for somebody other than Bradley Johnson, the Derby head coach, to tell the officials which way the throwing was supposed to go.
Loose, and Mantato can't get to that one. Darren Fletcher watching on from the technical area with Colin Little. One back by Kokonki. Infield to Gabriel. Good feet from the youngster. Cross to Albert Mills. Bailey. Dan Armour. Halafu. Mills. Just needs a pass through the midfield like they were finding in the first half. I think we've got a flat football. So the referee is going to switch that. You can almost tell from the way it sounds, can't you? If you're out on the pitch, all of a sudden the ball starts making a bit more of a dead thump.
It does.
The referee heard that one. Didn't even need a complaint from a Manchester United player as the ball measured forward, looking for Kokonki. Well fought for by Bailey. Such a combative player. Loves to get in those duels and win them. Junior Brown. Cross to Bailey. McCormack. Tucks it between the lines, looking for Gabriel. Lovely footwork, finds Chidowobi into the penalty area. No, just about held up by Crawler, who again gets in the way. And that stretching tackle from McCormack is going to earn the United number 6 a yellow card.
Yeah, I was just waiting for Gabriel to emerge with that on the edge of the box. It's a solid challenge. And yeah, again, you know, you can't argue. The only thing the referee, to be honest, with these key decisions where he's giving cards out all night is the bizarre one when Marriott grabbed hold of the shirt and he was let off with it.
Yeah, it's an odd decision.
It was, but I have to say that everything else I think the referee has got right.
Pains Ben to say that. We love having a whinge about the referees. That's not true. We don't. Rather not talk about them at all. Ball is brought down by Derby. So they look to switch this. Harvey finds Griffiths. Griffiths up against Kokonki. Well, got 20 minutes to play. As Green is chasing after this one. He's going to keep it in as well. Armour gets to him. Good contact from Dan Armour, and that's well lifted away by Kokonki. Helped on by Mantato. Out of play.
Who's now found himself back up against Asher Taylor with the introduction of Junior Brown. On the other side of the pitch, Mantato's come across to this near side, the left.
Smith against Kokonki. Mantato wins this one. Stabs it away. He's looking for Kokonki. Eventually comes away to McCormack. Armour calmly through the lines to Bailey, and he's found Gabriel. Counter-attacks on here for Manchester United. Played into the path brilliantly of Junior Brown. Into the penalty area now. Brown's effort over the bar.
Great break. Lovely break. And it started with listen, it's only a 5 or 6 yard pass, but what a break, what a pass from Dan Armour. And then from then on in, Gabriel spots Junior Brown going through the middle. I just wanted him to carry on with his run. Maybe it was just that touch there that didn't take him into his stride, because he certainly had the pace.
Chido Obi had stayed with him all the way too. I'm not sure there was any way to get the ball square to Obi, but good break from Manchester United. They've won the ball high again here. Bailey scoops a pass to Gabriel. Gabriel looking to dance his way through the penalty areas, goes back out to Brown. Down the line to Halafu. Infield to Bailey. Bailey looks to measure that in between the lines. Obi tries to turn, stretching towards that clearance from Crawler. Ball is out of play for a United throw-in.
Yeah. United just, in these last few minutes, starting to turn the tide.
It's a good ball to Kokonki. Kokonki looks to get that across, just gets a little nudge last minute. One back by Gabriel. Obi looks to get this away. In fact, looks to turn into the penalty area, is brought down. McCormack sliding in. Kokonki to Bailey. Across now to Halafu, down the right to Brown. Brown back to Halafu. Good cross from Halafu, looks towards Mantato. Mantato gives himself some space. Kokonki, left-footed cross, dangerous ball, turned away.
Good ball.
Wasn't it just?
Yes, it was. Played into a great area. Oh.
Just a loss of footing.
Just want to make sure that he's okay.
Ankle.
Yeah.
The referee is going to stop play. It's going to be a Manchester United free kick, but that is going to give the opportunity for Remy Harvey to just take a moment. Well, I hope he hasn't rolled an ankle on the way through there, but he did go down awkwardly, didn't he? And he is just manipulating that right boot. He's going to get back to his feet, take a little look. Oh, he does.
Yeah.
I think it's more slid out from underneath him than he has actually put any real pressure on it.
He's okay. He's on his feet. That's good. Would have been so innocuous for him to get injured in that way.
Anybody that's rolled an ankle knows what that feels like. You know instantly. I think he's got away with it. Through the lines to Kokonki. Kokonki in the area. Looks to carry that on again. Quickly closed down. Thumped away. Out of play. Manchester United throw it.
And all of a sudden we're getting to the last 15 minutes of the game. I don't know where that's crept up on us from.
Well, it's not. I don't want to jinx it, but We do have to start whispering extra time and penalties if the game can't be sorted in 90 minutes. This is Dan Armour. Kind of hoping that Manchester United can find a way through before we get to 90. When I say kinda, I mean
Definitely.
absolutely hoping. It's cold out here. Also, they deserve it. They've been still on the balance of the game, the better of the two sides.
Yes, that is without question.
Kokonki finds some space, whips in a left-footed cross towards the back post, and cleared away. Bailey lines one up from distance. Bailey's just wide. Well, that's his second opportunity from that kind of range, and both have grazed their way through.
I'm just wondering whether
Substitution for Derby
there's a
County.
spot of cramp.
I think a bit of rising down.
Yeah.
Gabriel's gone to give it a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ewan Griffiths leaving the field. And Griffiths is going to be replaced for Derby County by Sean Corrie.
Another good strike from James Bailey. This one, goalkeeper not needing to make a save, but I think he was scrambling to get across because of the bodies in front of him.
If he gets any closer, he's going to score, James Bailey. One helped over the crossbar by the goalkeeper, that one just wide of the far post. Certainly got capability from that kind of distance, hasn't he?
Well, his first strike was incredible, and it was matched by the goalkeeper, I have to say. Well, it really was. Fully nearly 30 yards from finding that top corner.
Mantato. Just having his shirt pulled again and again. Referee eventually gives the free kick. Been a little bit of that's been allowed to go this evening. Just a little bit of wrestling and pulling of shirts that has been allowed by Coven Hearn. Derby on the counter. Through the lines to Corrie.
Yeah.
He is offside. It's tight again.
Well, he initially did run offside, and I thought that he had realised and tried to get himself back in line, but obviously the assistant had not noticed it. I'm just wondering whether the onset of a little bit of stiffness or cramp, if you like, in James Bailey might influence Darren Fletcher's next substitution, knowing that we're not there yet, but we are drifting towards extra time.
It's worth pointing out as well that these under-18s have not played a competitive fixture since before Christmas, so...
And Derby definitely have.
It is just a little bit of ring rust, potentially. That's a good ball into Gabriel. Gabriel looking to find a bit of space. Checks back in the opposite direction. Does get the shot away, which ricochets back out to Halafu. Taken over by Brown. Brown finds some space, looking for Gabriel. Side-footed, back out to the edge of the penalty area. Bailey. Mills. Brown. Bailey again. United just trying to be patient here, aren't they, to try and find the right gap.
Everybody behind the ball for Derby County.
Godwill Kokonki acting as a centre-forward, brought down by Gabriel inside the box. Referee, well, he buys that one. I'm not quite sure that that's anywhere near enough contact to be sprawled out inside your own penalty area, but the referee gives the free kick to Derby County. Again, United just not winning that second ball, and Derby looking to get a controlling foot on it. That is the opposite of a controlling foot from Sean Corrie. It's the curse of the commentator, wasn't it? I apologise. Changes potentially on the way here for Manchester United too. Ball is out to Bendito Mantato. Mantato cuts in field. Opens up a little bit for him as he dribbles the ball and then gives it to McCormack. McCormack looking for that trademark pass behind the lines, can't pick it out, so comes out to Kukonki. Jay McAvoy is readied for Manchester United on the touchline. Next time the ball goes out of play, that change will be imminent. Ball into the penalty area for Halafu. Carries it back out to the corner of the box where Bailey's going to have another go. Just overcooks that one from the corner of the penalty area. Sails over the crossbar, and that will allow the Manchester United change, which will see James Bailey make way for Jay McAvoy.
James Bailey is number 14, Jay McAvoy.
He's had a really good game,
Yes.
James Bailey, full of running, and in the second half found his shooting range as well. But I understand that substitution.
It's legs, isn't it? He has run his socks off.
Yeah.
He's so combative as well in the way that he plays football. That he wants to go careening into challenges, and I would imagine it would be quite frustrating if you've got a bit of cramp setting in that you're not able to impact the game the way that you'd want. McCormack down the right-hand side to Brown, who gets there. Brown looks to get the cross in towards Obi. The last-ditch header clears it away. Again, Manchester United just feel like they've turned the screw one more time, Ben.
Well, they pushed them much further back, haven't they, in this second half? They did sort of adventure into a 4-3-3 at the start of the second half, Derby, but they have retreated.
Back into that 4-5-1.
Yeah. Which effectively is the same system when you're defending or when you're attacking, if you like. That's what it evolves into, but I think this is more purposefully now
4-6.
Well, if you like, yeah, because they do have all 11 players back, well, 10 outfield players back behind the ball.
Cormac looking for Obi. Obi looks for Gabriel. Gabriel can't get on the end of it. Manchester United now having to get back and defend here. Corrie, edge of the penalty area, gets the cross in, comes all the way through. Real chance here. Brilliant interception. Albert Mills just gets a toe to it and lifts it away. And that is absolutely crucial from Albert Mills.
Yeah, it's superb. I could see from our position with Sean Corrie getting his head up where he wanted to play the ball to. And the loose touch is what gave Albert Mills the opportunity to be able to intervene and push the ball out for a corner.
Willingness and awareness to get back into the right position.
Yeah.
Barks a couple of orders as well, I think, at a couple of his teammates maybe that found themselves caught out. Here is the corner, whipped in, headed away by Obi. Helped on. Again, Brown looking for this, but Derby have turned it over again, and Obi has to allow his man to run. Block from Halafu. Clearance down to the other end of the field. He's going to be picked up by Gabriel. Gabriel, if there's any contact there, Rio Canaville is in a spot of bother. The referee doesn't think that there was. And Gabriel's honesty may be the difference there between Rio Canaville being in trouble and not.
Well, letting it back.
That's a brilliant tackle.
He did just manage to get his foot to it first, and that was absolutely crucial.
That is a fantastic intervention from the captain.
Yeah.
Credit where it is due, Ben.
Because he wouldn't have caught him.
Certainly would not. Armour allows this to go through to the goalkeeper. Now gets it back. It's great football again. It's so good to watch, isn't it?
It's brilliant, yeah. I mean, it has a little bit of my heart creeping.
It's like being on the Big Dipper, isn't it? Just going up the hill.
With 6 minutes to go, and
Calm as you like, straight ball out of the penalty area into Rafe McCormack. They will not change this Manchester United side, and that is a beautifully threaded pass to Bendito Mantato, who is well tackled. One back though by Kukonki, smashed clear by Derby. That's brilliant from Dan Armour. He tries to convince the assistant on this near side that it's taken a touch on the way through. The assistant unconvinced.
But we see obviously we regularly watch Will Murdoch in the under-21s, and we see Cameron Byrne-Hughes here just completely unfazed and so confident playing out from the back and so accurate. It's obviously a theme of goalkeepers passe at the moment in the footballing world.
Oh, I think he's got the ball. Dan Armour, has he got a touch on it? He has not. Referee shows him the yellow card.
Yeah,
I thought I heard two sounds.
Yeah.
Both of them with the boots of the opposition, to be fair.
Just slightly mistimed from Dan Armour.
Another yellow card is dished out. Referee's report's going to be a long one. Darren Fletcher will be thinking about his options here. He still has changes if he wants to make them, but I'm sure he'll also be thinking about the potential here with 4.5 minutes of normal time to go, of what happens if you have to go to extra time. Charlie Smith with the free kick. Dangerous as Crawler was lurking. Gabriel's in a foot race here. It's a foot race that he hasn't won against Asher Taylor.
Great clearance from Dan Armour. Kept his eye on it beautifully, made a really good contact with the ball to send it upfield.
Ward up against Armour. James Ward manages to get the cross in, but Albert Mills watches that onto his instep. And then Kakonki looks to thump it downfield. It deflects off the Derby County attacker, and out of play for a United goal kick.
And sorry.
No,
this is where your concentration levels really have to be now, because both sides and both head coaches, Darren Fletcher and Bradley Johnson, will be in the realms of thinking, if we score now, we win it. If we don't and concede, we probably lose it. So communication for these players is absolutely key. Don't take any risks. You know, if necessary, you've got another half an hour to go.
Heard Darren Fletcher there come herring out into the technical area, and he was asking his side for some energy towards the end of this. 3 minutes of normal time to go. He knows that it's still a possibility to nick it.
Yeah, of course it is.
In normal time. Ball down the left-hand side, just too far ahead of Bendito Mantato. Throw in from Taylor. Flicked on as far as McCormack. In traffic. Stabs the ball away, flick round the corner, but not into the feet of Gabriel. Here comes Israel Green.
He's not got much support over there.
Isolated with 3 Manchester United players with him, overruns it, and it's a goal kick.
Perhaps just needed to put his foot on the ball and go again. He was surrounded, though, by red shirts. Now would be quite a nice time to score.
Yeah, take it. Last minute at the Stretford end. Feels fitting, doesn't it?
And there's not only 2 minutes to go. There'll be a few minutes added on top of that.
I'd imagine there'll be 5 or 6. Dan Armour goes through the middle. Picks out McAvoy. Halafu. Brown. Back to Yul Halafu. Ball threaded through, but just not enough on it for Junior Brown to get to. Tangle of legs, and Gabriel is penalised for the foul. Down the field early by Derby. Too much on that for Corrie to get on the end of, and there's a hint of desperation in that ball. Also a large measure of optimism. That ball is the same in the opposite direction, and Gino Obi thought he had a chance of getting on the end of it. Jaluk, the goalkeeper, managing to get his right boot through it. Well, minute of normal time remaining. No sign of the ball going up yet. Hasn't been communicated how many minutes will be added on. That ball in behind is absolutely brilliant. Bendito Mantato into the penalty area. He's just overrun it. And he can't reach it. Well done for Jaluk to get there. But just that touch from Bendito Mantato in full flight, it has to be said, carried it into the waiting arms of the keeper.
Lovely ball. Just slid through. It was a sort of tired, outstretched leg from Taylor. And just that. These are when you talk about margins. I mean, he used that to go past his man, but the goalkeeper was out, and I think he's taken a little bit of a knock on the back of it. But
4 minutes of added time.
Plus this.
Plus whatever is happening here, yes, absolutely. Well, instructions coming from Colin Little and Darren Fletcher inside the Manchester United technical area. Players listening, trying to understand what's going on, trying to figure out exactly what they're going to need to do in the closing stages of normal time before we hit the point where we potentially have extra time and penalties. There is still time for one of these two sides to steal it. Feels like Manchester United are the more likely to do that if they can stitch a good opportunity together. So more conversations as the keeper is hauled back to his feet. Another minute or so to be added on to the 4. So would now anticipate that we're going to play up to sort of 95 and a half. Before the referee will blow that full-time whistle. At which point we're into extra time and penalties. So, all players back on the field. Restart now. Derby turn with Corrie. Corrie up against Kokonki. Corrie gets past him. Corrie into the penalty area. Corrie's cross. Well dealt with by Rafe McCormack. Just gets a toe to it to carry it away from the penalty spot.
Good position again.
Obi trying to push, trying to press, trying to win it back high up the field. Green now trying to return the favour. Byrne Hughes swipes a pass into midfield, which comes through to Gabriel, who is pulled down again. Tom Marriott again. That's the second time for Tom Marriott in almost exactly the same circumstances, but this time he goes in the referee's notebook.
And there you go. And that's why sometimes it leaves you speechless, because there is no different to what he did there to what he did earlier on with the shirt pull. It was stopping an attack. Anyway, he was booked, and rightly so, but technically, if we were facing extra time, he shouldn't be on the field.
Yeah, or he has to let Gabriel go in that situation because he knows he's already on a yellow, and then the chance can develop.
Exactly.
Which is frustrating. But nothing we can do about it as the ball is back with the Manchester United goalkeeper, Cameron Byrne-Hughes. Confident with the ball at his feet. Distributes to McAvoy. Forward to Halafu. Moved on to Obi. First time ball into the path of Gabriel. Back to Obi. Obi thinks about lining up the shot from the edge of the penalty area. Actually gets wide. Looks to pull the cross in to Brown. Brown's effort left-footed, just a little weak as he tries to toe it in. The goalkeeper equal to it.
Yeah, it's a shame. He probably, under normal circumstances, would have aimed for the larger half, or the larger 3/4 of the goal. And as you say, Liam, it was just a little bit of a tame effort.
Knocked out of play, Manchester United throw him. Still got a little bit of time left to go. Maybe one more opportunity for Manchester United before we hit extra time. Armour. Moved on to Kokonki. Kokonki to Mantato. Back to Godwill Kokonki. United moving around on the edge of the penalty area. Just need to try and find the pass through. Armour across to Mills. Surely somebody's got to try and get the ball into the penalty area before we hit the full-time whistle. Mills. Brown. Mills. Very calm, Manchester United. They try and fashion one more chance. Clipped into the penalty area. Missed punch comes out to Mantato. Across now to McCormack. Halafu. Manages to squeeze it through the lines, wins it back on the edge of the penalty area. Into the path of McAvoy. McAvoy is going to swing the cross in. Chance here for Kokonki! Oh, it's just over the bar. Godwill Kokonki gets up highest, can't get over the top of the ball. It's over the crossbar and the full-time whistle goes. There was one more big opportunity for Manchester United, but it's Derby County that have held them at bay. Countless opportunities for United over the course of the 90 minutes, and somehow Derby have kept them out. Manchester United now staring down the barrel of extra time if they're going to qualify for the 5th round of the FA Youth Cup. After 90 minutes, Manchester United 0, Derby County 0.
Tough.
Yes, not happening.
Unless it stays up. Unless it stays on till midnight, then you'll be okay.
I'll just go home. Still plenty of opportunity for drama here, though, and plenty of opportunity for Manchester United to get themselves into the next round. Don't forget, Oxford United waiting for the winner of this tie. It will be away from home. Manchester United's first FA Youth Cup draw away from home this season. We are underway. Gabriel comes out to Brown. There'll be a lot of energy expended from a lot of these players, and it's now going to be who can keep their concentration, really, Ben.
Yes, it is. It is.
McCormack. Back to McAvoy. Cross to Mills. Out to the right-hand side where Brown attacks the penalty area. Pulled back to Halafu. Brown. McAvoy. Chido-Obi just having a chat with the two wide players on this right-hand side, saying, get the ball in, give me a chance to get on the end of it. United want to work a high-quality opportunity if they can. McAvoy. Out to Brown. Derby have got so many numbers back in the box and they are so compact. But we have started extra time in exactly the same way that we finished normal time.
Yeah. In the final third.
Brown can't find any space to get the cross in. Knocked out of play. United throw it.
Slightly suspicious,
Yeah,
that one.
Hint of a foul throw, but we're glad it wasn't given. Yeah. This is McCormack. Back to the left-hand side of Mantato. Infield to Kokonki. Moved on to McCormack. McCormack looking for a route through, can't find one. Goes out to Mantato. Does get to the byline. Does dink the cross into the penalty area. Not a bad ball, but Derby defend it well. And Green looks to escape down the left, but it's out of play. Fletcher and Colin Little deep in conversation in the technical area.
I actually thought that Israel Green had run that out himself.
So did I.
Yeah.
It's good footwork from McAvoy. Switch finds Mantato. Brings that down for Kokonki, then gets himself into a positive position on the edge of the area. Kokonki. Round the corner it goes. Mantato. McCormack from the edge of the penalty area looks to unleash one over the bar.
Yeah, I don't think that was a bad attempt. Oh, I think that Might be a little bit of onset for him as well. Just try and stretch it out. That's what I'm saying, the extra time, it is brutal. Lactic acid is building up all the time. They put so much into it. Both teams have.
McCormack, I mean, how he's still going here. He's obviously got a bit of cramp. You can see Darren Fletcher and Colin Little saying to him, if you need to go down, go down. And he just bounces back to his feet, wants to keep playing, and it's all credit to him. And he brings that one down brilliantly as well. He's had a really good game. That's a good tackle from Halafu, and it comes through as well. Manchester United in a positive position. Brown in the area, gets it back across to the penalty spot where it's stabbed clear. McCormack back into Gabriel. Gabriel looking for a bit of space on the edge of the box. Challenged strongly. McCormack again.
Oh, it's taken then.
Referee says no. Looked like it was a foul, but swung in by Junior Brown. Halafu looking for Brown, does brilliantly. Junior Brown into the penalty area, pulls it back, chance for Gabriel, gets the shot away, big deflection, wide it goes.
Well, he's played well, Junior Brown, since he's come onto this right-hand side. And Marriott here, he's dicing with it a little bit. And as the ball's pulled back, it's another block. And this time it was Cannaville.
Well, they have been hugely important. James Overy is the change for Manchester United, and it is Rafe McCormack who's going to make way, and he gets a warm round of applause from the Manchester United fans inside the stadium, because he's had a really good game and he's really drained the energy reserves. Now makes way.
Yeah, and that's what substitutes are for. Well, he's had an excellent game.
Ball into the penalty area. Loose one from the goalkeeper, but cleared away. You can always tell when it's a close one because Ben makes that weird noise that he just made. Gabriel.
That's good tackle.
Showed a little too much of it, didn't he? And allowed the tackle to come in. Kokonki fighting for it. Kokonki's done brilliantly. Kokonki's still going. Godwell Kokonki! Wide. Well, it could have gone anywhere from the rangy fullback. He danced his way through the middle and it's eventually turned behind for a corner.
What an amazing run from the fullback. I mean, it just had everything, mixture of skill, pace, power, and at this stage of the game, yeah, and again, you know, he congratulates himself, and rightly so, because he's kept Derby County in it, but it's a brilliant run.
In again, wrestling inside the penalty area. I thought for a moment that might have gone Manchester United's way for the wrestling attempt on Chido Obi, but instead it has gone Derby's way. So the free kick will be for Derby County, and the change is going to be Remy Harvey, who makes way, and Remy Harvey will be replaced by Kieran Clark. Well, honestly, I don't see too many games, do you, where the opposition's goal has led this much of a charmed life.
Incredible.
I mean, if Manchester United don't go on to win this, they have every right to feel
aggrieved.
Yeah, well, mystified is another word. It's a lovely bit of movement down the right-hand side from Charlie Smith. He's into the penalty area. Charlie Smith's going to try and get this across. Brilliant goalkeeping from Cameron Byrne-Hughes. And now Bendito Mantato is going to try and get away on the other end of the field, and he's going to close down this one as Cannaville back heels it into the feet of Taylor. Down the right from Corrie. Up against Kokonki, who had that magnificent run into the penalty area. Lovely skill to get himself through, only to be denied by Tialuk just a few minutes ago. Intercepted by James Overy, and now Manchester United looking to get forward. Chido Obi takes the tackle from Luca Crolla. Luca Crolla is late. Luca Crolla goes in the book.
Yeah. He's had a good game, the Derby centre-back, but nothing he could do about that other than bring Chido Obi to the floor. It was a late challenge. He knew what he was doing. He knew he didn't have any have any chance of winning the ball. And again, the referee does get another one right.
A little wild, I've got to say, from Luca Krolla. Change for Manchester United. And it is going to be an attacking change for Manchester United as Godwill Kakonki makes way to be replaced by Rooney. Well, if you've not seen Rooney play for the under-18s, and you can be forgiven for that because he's only made 2 appearances for the under-18s this season, might remind you of a former Manchester United player. Armour forward to Halafu, first time to Mantato.
Well, that change just means that Bendito Mantato will drop back into the left-back position. And Junior Brown's gone over onto the left-hand side, and Rooney to this near side.
This is Rooney. Gets himself away from one and looks to get the square pass to Halafu. Stolen away by Derby. Cameron Byrne-Hughes. Proper sweeper keeper stuff from Cameron Byrne-Hughes. He's played a lovely ball down the left too, looking for Chido Obi. Knocked out of play. It's great goalkeeping, Ben.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, there's an argument here for both goalkeepers to be in contention to be man of the match. They've done some really good things between them, and that's another one from Byrne-Hughes. Great starting position and a really intelligent ball to get United on the attack.
5 minutes of this half of extra time remaining as Rooney's into the box, gets to the byline, dances past a couple and comes out to Gabriel. Gabriel's effort cleared away only as far as Mills. Overy gets one into the danger area. Oh, it's an own goal, and it's Luca Krolla that's turned it into his own net. Dangerous ball into the box, and potentially Derby County's best player makes a rare error that carries it past the goalkeeper. 1-0.
Well, you don't like to see it, but it's a really good ball from James Overy, played into a fabulous area. When you bend a ball around the back of a defence like that and there's so much uncertainty, I mean, the goalkeeper, there has to be communication. There has to be communication, and if there was, and Krolla still went for the ball, I mean, there's no danger. There isn't, honestly, there's no danger there. It's just, was what we said before we started extra time. Communication is key, both on and from the sidelines. And he's gone for it, and he really didn't need to, and it's a shame because he has had a good game, the centre-back, and it must, it's a horrible way to perhaps lose a football match, but take nothing away from the ball from James Overy. He's played into a great area.
We have just said, haven't we, concentration
is
absolutely key, and just a moment, a tiny moment of taking your eye off the ball, and you end up turning it past your own goalkeeper rather than clearing it away in a situation where the goalkeeper probably would have swept things up.
Oh, he would, and they will only know whether there was communication on there or not, but now they've got it all to do, Derby.
101 minutes for us to find a goal in this game. A game where there could have been 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Funny how these things work, isn't it? Ball lifted into a dangerous area, but out comes Cameron Byrne-Hughes and just launches one upfield. That's going to bounce fortuitously for Chido Obi to make it 2, digs it goalwards and scores, and Manchester United put themselves in the box seat for qualification for round 5. Chido Obi finally squeezes the ball into the back of the net, and Manchester United lead by 2.
What's he giving? Oh, he's booked. I think he's booked the goalkeeper. Well, there was indecision, wasn't there, between the two centre-backs.
I mean, that goes down as an assist from the goalkeeper.
It's a really good finish. I mean, there's nothing. The goalkeeper has to advance. They got in a little bit of a mess. did Crawler, and was it Cannaville? I wasn't sure who it was who came across.
I think it's both of them.
Yeah, I mean, they did get in a bit of a mess, but take nothing away from the finish. I mean, the first goal was unfortunate, but that was purposeful, and that's a really good finish from the centre forward.
He gets mobbed by his teammates as well, and it's nothing less than he deserves either, because he's been brilliant, Chido Obi.
Yeah, I mean, the first half especially, he was excellent. How he didn't score, we'll never know. Yeah, more than one. But that's the cushion that they needed.
It's a really good block from McAvoy. You know he's going to take the free kick, but he needed to be in the right position. The referee says you can't take the throw in from that position because it was 5 yards too far down the field, and therefore you have to take it again. Crawler to Cannaville. It's clever from the goalkeeper. Cameron Byrne-Hughes just backs off it. And when he gets put under pressure, he's now going to scoop it up, and he's going to have 10 more seconds to get rid of the ball. Just taking the sting out of the first period of extra time.
It's amazing, isn't it, that we get into extra time and both goals that Derby have conceded probably could have been avoided with communication.
Well, Derby are coming forward here. They don't feel like they're done just yet. Corrie up against McAvoy. McAvoy has been penalised for the tackle on the edge of the penalty area.
It's a little bit harsh. I don't think there was much in that at all.
A confirmation that the goalkeeper, Cristiano Zaluk, has gone into the book as well. I think that's for protestation. Maybe a little over-vocal, complaining to the referee about Manchester United's second, although not quite sure what he had to complain about.
You'd imagine that this would be the last action of this half of extra time.
Well, Charlie Smith has spent a full 20 seconds placing that ball in exactly the right position. His left-footed effort is straight into the wall. That's a good tackle. Albert Mills steps in, makes the challenge. And the referee does bring the first period of extra time to a close. Manchester United making hay, scoring twice. First one whipped into the penalty area, turned past his own goalkeeper by Luca Crawler. Dangerous ball that came in from Manchester United's James Overy. A little bit of a lack of concentration, turned past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0. Second one, a hooping ball downfield from Cameron Byrne-Hughes. A bounce that found Chido Obi, and a delicious finish from Manchester United's number 9 past the stricken Cristiano Zaluk to make it 2-0 to Manchester United after the first period of extra time.
You feel it is now. Not that you would expect them to sit back and allow Derby to come on to them, but that 2-goal cushion is absolutely crucial, especially when you're in the last 15 minutes of a game of 120.
Corrie diving down the right-hand side, unable to get on the end of that. Manchester United will, of course, take their time to take the throw-in from this left-hand side. As I say, it's about being smart here, isn't it?
Yeah, make the ball do the work. And know your players as well. Obviously, there's some tired legs out there, but there's also some fresh ones.
Speaking of fresh legs, here is Rooney. A lovely touch from him. Chops back and then drives down the right-hand side, darts forward. He's done really well. 2 defenders come over to deal with him, and he's still running down the right-hand side.
Well, just when, you know, they see the back of Mantato, and they've still got Gabriel to deal with, and now they've got Rooney as well, with his extremely fast feet.
Now, don't roll out on Koto as well, because he is also rapid when he sticks on the jets. Gabriel. Oh, what a turn that is from Gabriel to get himself out of trouble. Just needs to be careful he doesn't turn himself back into trouble. But he manages to get away and get the pass clear as well. Mills goes back to Burn Hughes. Smashes the clearance away. Couple chasing after this, including Gabriel. Got Rooney just inside him. Gabriel still going, looks to laser beam the shot goalwards. Cleared away by Derby. In from Overy towards the back post, headed away by Cannaville. Smith comes back to Cannaville.
Player down there.
Yeah. Derby aren't stopping though, as Nestling plays this ball inside for Hodges. Derby still play on. It's their player that's down in the backfield. Cannaville in possession on halfway. Referee stops play. And now we've got another Derby player down on the turf. Also got a Manchester United player down, and that is a bit more of a concern because I think it's James Overy that's a little slow to get to his feet. Meanwhile, is it just cramp potentially for, I think it's Smith that's down.
Yes.
Yeah, Luca
Crawler
Crawler
as well.
suffering with the same. We've also got Asher Taylor down, suffering. Cannaville comes over to stretch out the right calf muscle of Asher Taylor.
It does become, this is why I'm saying it, I mean, it's brutal anyway, but when you start throwing twinges of, and then full-blown cramp into the mix, you know, I've been there, funnily enough, in the FA Youth Cup down at Millwall in the second leg, and we had to go into extra time, and honestly, by the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes, the whole place had erupted into the Ministry of Silly Walks. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Players from both teams just decimated with it.
You put everything into it, don't you? For
Yeah.
90 minutes thinking, you know, that's going to be it. And then all of a sudden you're being asked to play an extra 33% on top of what you've already given. It's a lot. Down by United. A yelp of frustration from Jay McAvoy. And Koto makes the challenge, squirts free. Kai Rooney back in defending as well. And Koto brings the ball away. Quick when he gets moving. And Koto, Kai Rooney. Rooney into the penalty area, still going here. Kai Rooney looks to deliver a ball, pops back out to him. A proud moment for Wayne Rooney as well, who is watching on from the stands as his son makes a Manchester United appearance in the FA Youth Cup. Manchester United's record goal scorer. Offside.
Yeah.
Jallup, the goalkeeper. Out to Luca Crawler, the first goal scorer. Into his own net, unfortunately, after a really stellar game. Made so many blocks, he'd been so important. Unfortunately, That throw-in's been taken 15 yards away from where it went out of play. Manchester United crowding round it. Thumped away by Overy. Gabriel lurking, Rooney winning, and now Chido-Obi looking to toe that through the line. Chido-Obi on for his second of the night, chips again, wide from Chido-Obi.
Well, it's a fabulous bit of skill, and this is the epitome of a game that it just opens up, and it's a lovely little bit of skill from Chido-Obi through the legs. Oh, hang on a minute.
Might be a chance here for
That's
Derby
it.
County, and it has been scored. Nestling, Max Nestling, the substitute in the second period of extra time. There's half the deficit. The goal has been given. Derby County get themselves one back, and with 8 minutes of the game left to go, Manchester United find themselves pegged back 2-1.
As the ball comes through here, and this time the decision for Cameron Byrne-Hughes probably wasn't the right one, didn't need to be there. We've seen him come out twice already and intervene and get something on it. He didn't then, and that's what happens when you miss it. You do risk the fact that the players can't get back in time and the ball travels faster than they do. And it's a good finish from Nestling. I'll give him his due from the angle.
An opportunity to kill the game off at one end, missed wide. All of a sudden, 10 seconds later, Derby County find a route back in. Well, we've now got 7 minutes of the game left to go. 7 minutes of nerves for Manchester United as the ball is over the top. Byrne-Hughes thumps it away. Looks to be flicked on by Obi. Looking for Gabriel. Brown can't get there. Cannaville brings it away. Smith, need to get that between the lines. Armour takes no chances, just tucks it inside for Yor Halafu.
He does that brilliantly, Dan Armour, I have to say. Just shows you how things can change so quickly in football.
Some ball from Mills, that for Rooney, and Rooney's into the penalty area. No right to get there, but he does, and he just tries to get the pass away as it's taken away from him by Crawler. Great vision from Albert Mills.
Great vision, great pace as well.
Have a double change here for Derby County. Charlie Smith, the first to make way. Alfie Fryers on to replace Charlie Smith. Tom Marriott, who may be a little fortunate to still be on the field, is replaced by AJ Doyle. Going to be another change for Manchester United. Another striker too.
I'm going to ask you a question now.
Uh-oh.
Am I right in saying that they can use an extra sub in extra time?
It's normally the case. Gabriel is going to make way for Manchester United. Another one that's worked their socks off. Louis Bradbury on to replace him.
Yeah, he's been a thorn in their side all night. Lovely footwork, Gabriel. Unlucky with a couple of crosses, couple of chances as well.
Well, he's played that ball through for Obi as well. And one that's just gone wide away to our left-hand side. Obi making a nuisance of himself at the corner flag. He's an awkward character in terms of his physical stature. When he decides to get involved like that, he's so difficult. Long limbs and strong Chido-Obi. Ball comes out to the left-hand side. It's Nestling again, who's in a really good area. Manages to pick up the ball on the D. Goes down under the attentions of Jay McAvoy. And the referee pulls out the yellow card for the Manchester United substitute. And I'd love to know what Ben Thornley thinks of this.
I mean,
that is embarrassing.
It's not a yellow card. I mean, it's barely a foul.
He's thrown himself to the floor.
Yeah, he has. He has, and you know, this is dangerous. I mean, I'll give him his due, Nestling. He scored the goal, so he's made an impact, but there was nothing in that whatsoever.
Well, a free kick that shouldn't have been a free kick, and a yellow card that is undeserved. gives Derby a chance with 3.5 minutes of extra time remaining to get themselves back on parity. Dantel Hodges and Israel Green standing over this. Left foot of Hodges or the right foot inside the D. Cameron Byrne-Hughes readies his wall. The wall looks to stand strong. Over the top. Drilled goalwards by Hodges, but I don't think the layoff to him was as perfect as it could have been.
Absolutely not. No, I mean, yeah, he's played it too much behind him. Unfortunately for United, they should have been facing something far more serious than that, I have to say. And they've made a bit of a hash of that, Derby, to be honest with you. And maybe in hindsight, not hindsight, but maybe, you know, that's a little bit of karma for how they managed to get the free kick in the first place.
I have to say, there was just one of those situations where all you've got to do is play that square into your man. Don't play it behind him and give him the opportunity to run onto the end of it, and plays it behind. I mean, just scooping at it.
I don't even know why they needed to move the ball there. I mean, anyway.
United won't care one jot because Chido Obi is in possession next to the corner flag. He looks to get away, just overhits that one, and it's out of play for a goal kick with 2 minutes of extra time left to go.
But that's why, you know, I would imagine that in the dressing room afterwards, Darren Fletcher or whoever it may be, probably Colin Little, might just have a word with Chido Obi to say, you've had a brilliant game, but that chance that you had to make it 3-0, you know, we could quite easily be looking at 2-2, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could, and we still could as well, because Israel Green's into the penalty area. Referee's got a decision to make after the tackle comes in, remains unmoved. Well, there was contact in the penalty area. Referee has decided that there wasn't enough contact in the penalty area to give the spot kick to Derby County. And we are into the final 90 seconds as the ball is floated forwards, picked up by Cameron Byrne-Hughes, who then dives on top of the ball in front of Corrie. Now, there's not enough in it, I don't think. James Overy.
I mean, even if the referee did think it was a foul, there was no chance that it was inside the area anyway. But I think you're probably right, there's not enough in it.
I don't think he's got anywhere near enough contact to be giving a penalty with an amount of time to go.
No, and he's worked hard, Israel Green, over on that left-hand side. And I think that was just a little bit of a just falling over because he's very tired.
Luca Kroller has just felled Chido Obi. Brown slides in, can't get to grips with Green. Final attack of the game, as that is smashed over the bar by Green. I know he's trying to dig out a decent cross, but he has wildly struck that one. It's ended up 5 rows back. Three minutes of time added on.
3 minutes of added time.
We've somehow managed to find 3 minutes after 15 minutes of football when we only managed to find 4 after 45.
3 minutes of sort of semi-agony.
Yeah, certainly nervousness.
Without question.
Derby in possession, looking to cause problems. Good tackle. Side flag stays down. McAvoy just launches it away. It's the right decision. Give Manchester United the opportunity to push up, which is exactly what they do. Armour has just dropped off a yard there to try and negate the run. Green skips past Junior Brown. Corner of the penalty area now for Israel Green. Looks to get to the byline, pulls a great cross back, chance here, deflection inside the penalty area, and brilliantly Cameron Byrne-Hughes manages to get on the end of it. Helped out fantastically by Jay McAvoy in front of him.
Well, It's brilliant defending, it really is. I mean, fair play to Israel Green. I thought he'd run out of energy quite a while ago, but he showed there that he's still got some. And United, everything on the line for these final few minutes.
Well, he's caught that on the edge of the penalty area. Referee takes a look at the assistant. Assistant says it's absolutely fine. Nervy moments at the end of this game. Ben Thornley grabbing hold of my shirt sleeve. My heart rate's just gone up by 15 beats a minute.
We're not in line with it. It was very, very close. I think it's a case of the fact that he let the ball come over his head enough. His feet may have been slightly outside, but it's not where his feet are, it's where his arms are.
Wow.
It was close.
Really, really tight. Also, a bit of credit to James Overy. I thought it was Jay McAvoy that had helped out Cameron Byrne-Hughes in the penalty area that previous attempt, but it's a brilliant challenge that goes in from James Overy to give Manchester United a little crumb of support across the back. 2-1 Manchester United lead. We are into the final 30 seconds. Hoisted forward. Rooney, I think, has kept himself onside, and he's wrestling inside the penalty area with Luca Kroller. It's well met by Overy. Rooney turns infield, and Kyle Rooney has been a little bit of a nuisance since coming on, hasn't he?
He certainly has. He's given them something else to think about with his pace and his trickery.
Green is going to get a deep cross into the penalty area. Hit back across, Nestling! Over the bar. Well, that was the opportunity for Derby County as it came back to him. He had the entire goal to aim at. He's leant back on it, he's lifted it over the top, and the full-time whistle goes, and the tired bodies everywhere crumble to the floor